Most of us feel pretty certain we know who we are. We can list our personality traits, our values, our goals. We have a story about ourselves ready to go. But here's a deeply unsettling thought. What if that certainty is just an illusion? What if the more confident we are in our identity, the less we've actually questioned it? What if the person you see in the mirror is a character you've been playing for so long, you forgot you were even in a show? Welcome back to Mentor's Mindset. From the moment you're born, you're handed a script you didn't ask for. You quickly learn what gets you rewarded, what's considered acceptable, and what parts of you need to be hidden away. Slowly, a version of you starts to take shape, not because you chose it, but because it's a self that fits neatly into your family, your culture, and your job. Over time, this construction becomes so familiar that we mistake it for our true identity, but it's not. It's just a habit. Now, let's start with the mask of society. We spend a lot of our lives wearing masks, and a mask is really just a persona, a way of showing up in the world that hides what's actually going on underneath. As social creatures, we have a deep-seated need to fit in and be accepted. To do that, we often make ourselves smaller, squeezing into the little boxes that society builds for us. Most of the time, this isn't even a conscious choice. It's a survival mechanism. We trade our true desires for a sense of belonging. Think about all the roles you play: the responsible employee, the funny friend, the strong one, the quiet one. These roles are useful, sure. They help us get by. But they're also situational. They change depending on who's in the room. And here's the scary question. If your sense of self vanishes the moment one of those roles is gone, was it ever really to begin with? Or was it just a performance you got really good at? This pressure starts young. Society whispers and shouts messages about what's normal. These expectations can steer your career, define your gender expression, and even shape your personality. Maybe you were an artist at heart, but felt pressured to get a stable job in law or medicine because that's what was valued. This creates a huge gap between who you really are and who you think you be, and that's a major source of stress. The fear of judgment is a powerful jailer. That need to belong is so primal that it often feels safer to blend in than to stand out. We worry about being seen as weird or difficult, so we don't say what we really think or do what we really want. These unwritten rules give us structure, but they also chip away at our individuality, piece by piece. This constant performance creates what psychologists call a false self. It's a shield we build to please others and get through the day, and while a little bit of this is normal, it's called being polite, it becomes a problem when that false self takes over completely. It can leave you feeling empty, anxious, and totally disconnected from your own life, contributing to everything from anxiety to depression. Honestly, living behind a mask is exhausting. The constant effort to keep up appearances and meet everyone's expectations takes a real toll. Psychologists have found that people who feel forced to conform are far more likely to struggle with anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. It makes sense. You're basically being told that the real you isn't good enough. This strain shows up in different ways. For some, it's a nagging feeling of being a fraud, like you're about to be found out. For others, it's a quiet emptiness. Even when your life looks perfect on Instagram, maybe you're in a relationship that feels hollow because you're just playing the part of the perfect partner. Or maybe you're in a career that brings you zero joy just because it fits someone else's definition of success. When your real needs and desires are constantly pushed down, they don't just disappear. They often curdle into resentment, which can poison your relationships and make you miserable. You start to feel like a shadow of a person, and personal fulfillment feels like a distant dream. This pressure is especially intense around gender roles, which try to dictate everything from our ambitions to how we're allowed to feel. But every now and then, the mask cracks. A crisis hits. You have a quiet moment alone. You have a conversation where you feel truly In those moments, you might notice weird contradictions in your own behavior or have reactions you just can't explain. This is the beginning of self-awareness. And fair warning, it's usually not comfortable. It doesn't bring easy answers, it just takes away your illusions. You don't feel enlightened, you feel lost. But that feeling is a sign that you're finally starting to wake up. If any of this is hitting close to home, if you've ever felt that strange disconnect between who you are on the inside and the person you show to the world, then consider this your invitation to look deeper. Subscribe to the channel for more on self-awareness, identity, and how to break free from the scripts holding you back. So, how do you even begin to take off the mask and meet the person underneath? It's a journey for sure, and it takes courage and a willingness to get a little uncomfortable. It's all about peeling back the layers of expectations, old beliefs and fears to find your authentic self. First up is radical self-reflection. You have to make time, away from all the noise, to ask yourself some real questions. What do you actually value? What lights you up when no one else is watching? Journaling can be a huge help here. It lets you track your thoughts and see which masks you wear in which situations. Pay attention to what frustrates you just as much as what makes you feel alive. Next, you have to practice letting go of external validation. So much of our performance is for the approval of others. The real work begins when you start to release that need. Start small. Say no to things you don't actually want to do. Set boundaries that protect your energy and your authentic self. It's also about learning to be your own cheerleader. Celebrate your unique talents and wins, no matter how small they seem. Your self-worth shouldn't be up for a vote. The third tool is cultivating self-compassion. This process is going to feel messy and vulnerable at times. You have to learn to treat yourself with the same kindness you'd give to a friend. It's okay to have flaws. It's okay that you made choices in the past while you were still wearing a mask. Forgiving yourself is what allows you to move forward without the harsh judgment that keeps so many people stuck. And finally, seek supportive communities. Surround yourself with people who actually celebrate authenticity. This might be a therapist, a support group, or just a few good friends who encourage you to be you. When you're in a safe space where you can be vulnerable and share what's really on your mind, you start to learn that you are worthy of acceptance, flaws and all. When others accept you as you are, it becomes a whole lot easier to accept yourself. Oh, I know this work isn't easy, but it is hands down the most rewarding journey you will ever take. If you're ready to start unmasking and want a guide, check out the resources in the description. And don't forget to share your own experiences in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to start their own journey. The person you think you are is a story. It's a story written by your family, your culture, and all your experiences, but you are not the story. You are the one to it. Beneath all the roles, the habits, and the crushing expectations, there is a quieter, truer self. A self that doesn't need to perform or put up a fight. Unmasking isn't about destroying the person you've built. It's about integrating all the parts of you. It's not about becoming someone totally new. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who you should be. This journey doesn't have a final destination. Your identity will always be evolving. The goal isn't to find some fixed, perfect version of yourself. The goal is to live in a way that feels true from one moment to the next, to be brave enough to be vulnerable, to be unapologetically, authentically you, because the world doesn't need another copy. It needs you. Thanks for watching. See you again next week.